Today we're going to talk about the power of being like salt. I'm going to try to explain a little chemistry for you without going geekish or nerdish on you. Sodium is one of the most reactive metals, and chlorine is one of the most reactive nonmetals. The unique thing when sodium and chlorine combines together, they react, and as they react, they make a neutral compound which is called sodium chloride. And that compound sodium chloride is what we call salt. Salt is very wonderful. Salt, just as the good book said, you need to be salt of the earth. We need to be the people who add flavor. We need to be the people who add substance to what's around us, not the ones who do not add substance or do not add flavor to what we're around. We should always function as salt. I remember growing up as a young kid, I had one of the most awesome grandmas. My grandma gave her a knife and a screwdriver, and she could turn a two-prong plug into a three-prong plug in a hurry. You know, she knew how to strip a wire, she knew how to wire it, and she knew exactly where each wires went, the fuse, all of that stuff. And she taught me all of that stuff growing up. But one of the things she taught me that was so important was one time she slaughtered a pig, a huge pig, and she cut it up in quarters, and she wanted to salt a portion of it. So in terms when you have a hurricane, that then if you don't have electricity, that salted meat will be preserved. So she showed me how to cut through the meat and how to salt it so you could hang it and the meat will dry, but it will not rot. So you see, salt is so important because salt preserves things. We are supposed to be like salt in our relationships. We are to preserve our relationships. A lot of times people will tell us things and they tell us in confidence and you get mad at them, and all of a sudden you get mad at them, there goes the trap door open. Everything they tell you in confidence, you start spilling it out to everyone. That's not right. You see, you're supposed to preserve. You're supposed to preserve your relationship. It doesn't matter to me whether I'm not in a relationship or still friends with someone. What they told me in confidence is almost like a proverbial bank vault. You ain't gonna know, so don't ask me. It doesn't matter what they are doing. The most fundamental thing is what I am doing. And in order to maintain that I am going to be like salt, I'm not going to disclose what they told me in private. Another thing that salt does is salt adds flavor. Salt adds flavor. You see, just like when you're cooking and you have to add some salt to something, you eat something and it's not salty enough, it doesn't have any flavor. That's the same way we are supposed to add flavor to our relationships. We are supposed to add flavor to everything that we do. You cannot add flavor if you're not growing. You cannot add flavor if you're not contributing something to it. So when you come into any setting, you have to be contributing. You have to be adding flavor. And if you're not adding flavor to it, then it's not going to last. You see, a lot of relationships are one-sided because technically what people do is use others. It's always what's in it for me, but it should be what is in it for both of you. You have to be the one contributing as well as the other person. And in order to contribute, then you have to learn to grow. Another thing that salt does is that it strengthens. When you come into a relationship, you have to be a strengthening agent. You have to also be there to help the person whenever they're down, to help lift them up. You can't just always need somebody to help you, and then you're never there to help them. But you see, if you don't grow yourself, then you're not going to be able to help them whenever they need your help. So you have to come into the relationship as a strengthening agent as well, just like salt. You have to add life. You see, a lot of times salt could be actually used in a lot of fertilizing materials that brings life to that which seems dead, that brings life to that which seems like it's going away, and it brings back life to it. That's the same way you have to be able to add life to your relationships. You have to be able to add life to your work. You have to come in and add value. I always say, people always think about money. Forget about money. Forget about how much you you make an hour. Forget about what people pay you and just start working and adding value. If you add value, you will always make money. You see, people pay you for your value. People don't pay you. If you're thinking about your salary as something that people are paying you, increase your value and then you will increase how much people will pay you. If they're not willing to pay you, somebody else along the line will pay you what you're worth. If you increase your value, so work on your value. So add life. Always be the contributing factor that adds life. You see, salt is so unique because we go throughout all the eons of time and you saw how it's produced and all the different ways that it's used. It's used in fertilizers, it's used in hair products, it's used in body products, it's used in food, it's used in preservation of food. It's used in all kind of different areas. You see, there are basically 4 different types of people. And there are 4 different types of people. I'm not going to bore you because I'm not going to be teaching you algebra here. But I'm going to use some terms that will come from algebra or simple arithmetic. You see, there are people who add. You see, people add, you see, and they come into someone's life and they add value to it. They bring value into it. That's what they always tell you. You hang around people who are good company, because what good company do, it adds value to it. You hang around people who are bad company, it takes away value from you. So you see, you want to be an adder, somebody who adds value to others. Another thing that you want to be a multiplier. You have people who are multiplier. They literally come in and what they meet, they literally ramp it up and they pour into you. And as they pour into you, they give you a hand up. And as they give you a hand up, acting as that salt, you know, they give you that hand up and they build you up. And as a result, you multiply. You multiply exponentially and you grow exponentially. You go from point A all the way to point F real quick because of the fact that these people are multipliers. Another type of person that you will have is a subtractor. And subtractors, they come in and they're very jealous. And what they do, they try to suck the life out of you. They're saboteurs. They sabotage everything that you're doing because they don't want you to get ahead of what they are doing. They don't want you to get ahead of them because they do not believe in you producing. They do not believe in you acting as a salt. They do not believe in you advancing. So all of a sudden, they want to subtract from your life. They want to take from your life. Another one is a divider. And the dividers are usually very bitter. And because they're very bitter, they bring their bitterness, they bring their stinky thinking, they bring their gossip, they bring their malice, they bring their content, they bring everything. They turn you against everybody or everybody against you. And they bring about division. And with division, you can't have growth. So you see, you go back to the whole concept of being salt. You have to learn to be the salt. Be like salt. You have to learn that in every single situation that you go into, you have to be a contributing factor of life. You have to be a contributing factor of grace. You have to have a contributing factor of love. You have to have a contributing factor of building others up. Don't walk around with bitterness. Don't walk around in jealousy because all of those never will work. And always add value. You add value. You build others up. It's an awesome day. It's wonderful weather outside. You know, and you look at it and it's summer. And summer is one of those times if you're on the beach or somewhere and you go on the beach, one of the things that you learn is that when you come off the beach and you come out of the water and you dry off, all what's on you is this white substance. It's salt. You have to go underneath a pipe somewhere and you have to rinse yourself off. So you want to go out into your relationships and you want to go out into your organizations. You want to go out into your churches. You want to go out into your community. You want to go out into your world. You want to go out into your nation. You want to go out into your societies and be true salt. Be the ones who add value to others. Be the one who bring love. Be the one who loves others, helps others, share with each other, and build others up. Have an awesome growth day. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the subscribe button below. And when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to select the bell. Because by selecting the bell, it will give you the wonderful opportunity of being notified whenever I add a future video. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.